It is crunch time, it's getting tense. Who's going to qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? Match days 5 and 6 are on the way, taking place from November the 11th for the next couple of weeks. After that, we're going to know who the 24 teams are going to Morocco next year. And I have to say, it's nicely set up in a lot of groups of what's going to happen and match day drama on match day 6, because a lot of the games are going to go down to the wire. A lot of games with neutral teams are going to be worth watching. It's all very, very exciting. But we should add that out of the 24 so far, 8 teams have already qualified. That's Morocco, the host nation. They were the first team to qualify, of course. They qualified before the qualification started. Algeria have qualified. Burkina Faso, Senegal, Cameroon, DR Congo, Egypt and Angola. So no real surprises there. All 8 of those teams were at the last AFCON in Ivory Coast. But who's going to be joining them? There's still 16 places up for grabs. And most of the teams have still got an opportunity to qualify. So we're going to go through each group and look ahead to match days 5 and 6 and see what we have to look forward to. And I have to say, one of the most exciting groups, it's got to be Group A. You're looking at Group A, and all 4 teams can still go to the tournament. And I can't call it. You've got Tunisia on 7 points, who've just sacked the manager Fawzi Benzati. He's managed them about 1 million times. He's been sacked. Comoros on 6, Gambia on 5, and Madagascar on 2. All of those sides have shocked the world recently to go to an AFCON. 2019, Madagascar were there. You had Comoros and Gambia at 2021. Even Gambia at the last edition but went out in the group stage. Tunisia at the last edition went out in the group stage. All 4 of them can mathematically make it. I don't think Madagascar will. I think they've got the least points, 2 points, and they've got to play Tunisia and Comoros, who currently occupy the first 2 spots. So I'm going to rule out Madagascar. I don't think they're going to make it. But let's look at the fixtures. Oh, Gambia, Comoros. That is absolutely huge. You've got Gambia, Comoros, and you've got Madagascar, who have to beat Tunisia if they want any chance of making it. Madagascar haven't won a game yet. Tunisia in poor form. Like I said when the draws were made for this qualification, wouldn't shock me if Tunisia didn't qualify, and that's proofs in the pudding. They're very lucky to have 7 points. Look, Tunisia might easily qualify, get the new manager in and be fine, but Madagascar away is going to be tough. Madagascar have to throw everything at them. They've got nothing to lose. Gambia, Comoros as the fixture, I think could decide it, but considering in the last match day, Tunisia host Gambia, Gambia probably have to go to Riders and get something, and Comoros will probably beat Madagascar in the last match day in Ivory Coast or wherever that game's played. I think Tunisia and Comoros. And I'm sorry to the Gambians, but it would not shock me. Look, Madagascar won't make it. It will be 2 of Tunisia, Comoros or Gambia. It could be Gambia, Comoros, it could be Tunisia, Comoros, it could be Tunisia, Gambia. 2 from 3 are going to go from Group A. And we're going to get one nation there that's going to really shock us and have a really nice opportunity to be supported by neutral fans. Group B is a little bit more straightforward. You've got Morocco on 12, they've already qualified. You've got Gabon on 7, you've got the Central African Republic on 3 points, and you've got Lesotho on the single point. Now, Morocco are through, Lesotho are out, so Gabon and Central African Republic are going to fight for the final place. I think Morocco and Gabon will come out here. I think Gabon will get the last spot. Gabon, Central African Republic in the last match day could be huge. But if Gabon gets something against Morocco in the match day 5, they're pretty much there. Because you expect Central African Republic to beat Lesotho, and if Morocco beat Gabon, there'd be 1 point in it going into the last game where Central African Republic hosts Gabon. So it depends if Gabon gets something against Morocco. If they don't, we could very easily see a Central African Republic Gabon game where it's basically a playoff in Group B in match day 6, which would be hugely exciting. Central African Republic so close last time when Ghana beat them to it. Still never been to an AFCON. I still think Gabon will do it. But if Gabon lost both and Central African Republic won both, that would be some turnaround. So I think Morocco and one of Gabon or Central African Republic, maybe Gabon just about there, with the likes of Aubameyang and Lemina. But watch out for Mafuta at Central African Republic. He is an absolute baller. Then we come to Group C, where Egypt have won all 4 games, 4 out of 4, even without Salah in match day 4. They've already qualified, and it's very wide open. Again, you've got Botswana on 6. Now, Botswana have been to AFCON before. I remember AFCON 2012, they made it. Cape Verde on 3, Mauritania on 3. So Egypt are there, we know that. I think any of Botswana, Mauritania or Cape Verde could get second. Cape Verde's a shock. Cape Verde, quarter-finalists last time, nearly semi-finalists. Cape Verde won their AFCON group last time. But Botswana getting 6 points out of 6 against Cape Verde was magical. The advantage for Mauritania is they don't have to play Egypt anymore, but Botswana host Mauritania in match day 5. If they were to win that and go to 9, pretty much say Botswana and Egypt make it, but can Mauritania cause a shock? You never know in this group. Mauritania did beat Botswana in the reverse fixture. Egypt hosting Botswana in match day 6. Whoever Egypt puts out, they should win that. So if Botswana win match day 5 against Mauritania, you'd say Botswana would make that, but anyone can do it. Cape Verde are going to have to try and get something against Egypt. That was a great game in the last AFCON in the group stage, but then they've got to go to Mauritania away. So Cape Verde may have thrown it away. I think Botswana could do it. It could be Egypt and Botswana. It could well be that. Botswana, mind from an Algerian perspective with the next World Cup qualifier being away to them, but if they could get a result home to Mauritania, we're going to see Botswana at the AFCON. So again, Egypt and one of Botswana, Mauritania or Cape Verde, that's going to go down to the wire as well, especially in that Mauritania-Cape Verde game, and they see Egypt beating Botswana. Anything could happen. Group D is a lot more complicated because, of course, we've got that Libya-Nigeria match that hasn't been played. Will it be played? Will it be played in March? Will it be 3 points to Libya? Will it be 3 points to Nigeria? At this point, we simply don't know. I think whatever happens, though, and whatever happens with that fixture, I don't think Libya are going to qualify. As much as I love the Libyans, I think Nigeria will qualify with ease. They're hosting Rwanda in match day 6. That's 3 points almost guaranteed, although in the World Cup group, very different story. Benin on 6, Rwanda on 5. That's tight. That's very, very tight. You worry for Benin having to play Nigeria and then going to Libya away. Wouldn't shock me if Rwanda did a madness. Now, Nigeria will go through and it'll be one of Rwanda and Benin. Libya on 1 point. Even if they somehow give them 3 points without beating Nigeria, that'd be 4. It's going to have to be getting the calculators out. But I think Nigeria through, I can't call Rwanda or Benin. I think Rwanda will lose to Nigeria. But if Rwanda beat Libya next, they'll go into second. If Nigeria beat Benin, Benin will drop into third. So Rwanda could do it. That'd be a great story. Group E, we know all about it. Algeria 4 wins out of 4, qualified in third. This is straightforward. Equatorial Guinea only need a point. They're playing Algeria, they're playing Togo. They just need a point to qualify. Togo and Liberia haven't won a game. Liberia are out. Togo need to win both and hope Equatorial Guinea do nothing. I think it will be Algeria and Equatorial Guinea out of Group E. Togo to miss out once again. They fell off massively. Liberia already out. That one's easy. And Group F, which is going to be a really big shock if you're Ghanaian. We're staring down the face of no Ghana at the AFCON for the first time since 2004. Angola, for me, in the CAF Wars, they should be the national team of the year. Angola have won more games this calendar year than anyone. I think not just in Africa, in the world. Sudan deserve the headlines. Ghana will get them for not being there, but they're not there because of Sudan. Sudan have to play Niger. And that's the big bonus because Sudan need just a point to qualify and kick out Ghana. So Angola to make it, Sudan to make it. Ghana-Niger is going to be a pity party in match day 6 when that game comes around, unfortunately, for the Ghanaians. Holders Ivory Coast in Group G have given themselves a bit of work to do after losing to Sierra Leone. Ivory Coast on 9, Zambia on 7, Sierra Leone on 4 and Chad bringing up the rear. Now I think Sierra Leone will beat Chad, and that Zambia-Ivory Coast game becomes interesting now because not only have you got a situation where Zambia are catching up on Ivory Coast, you've got Sierra Leone catching up on Zambia. Now Sierra Leone will go to 7 and Ivory Coast beat Zambia, Zambia's down 7, and in the last match day, Sierra Leone will play Zambia. It will basically be a playoff to go to the AFCON. Because if Zambia don't beat Cote d'Ivoire and Sierra Leone beat Chad, which you expect them to do, Sierra Leone, Zambia, winner goes to the tournament. And I think they may have thrown it away, Zambia, because of the result of Sierra Leone beating Cote d'Ivoire. That is an unbelievable result. They've beaten the champions. They were untouchable earlier this year, Cote d'Ivoire. I actually got a feeling Sierra Leone will sneak in. And I like Sierra Leone. Remember in Algeria's group in Cameroon, they were okay. They actually drew to Ivory Coast at that AFCON as well, and to us. So it's Ivory Coast and it's one of Zambia or Sierra Leone. I could see Sierra Leone snatching it from Zambia. Group H is interesting as well. You've got DR Congo 12 out of 12. A lot of teams on 12 out of 12, 4 wins out of 4. So DR Congo are there. Guinea on 6, Tanzania on 4, Ethiopia on 1. All 3 of those could still make it. But Guinea had no points after match day 2. They won 3 and 4. The way Girassi scoring goals for Dortmund, it's very hard to see Guinea stopping. Guinea hosts DR Congo. It's a tough game for Guinea, but DR Congo may have a foot off the gas because they've already qualified. They'll beat Ethiopia on match day 6 at home in Kinshasa, DR Congo, so they're not too worried about that. Guinea playing Tanzania as well away in the last match day. It's going to be close, but I think with the form of Guinea, the resurgence in Jurassic, I think they'll make it alongside DR Congo. And Tanzania, who started really well with 4 points from the first two, look to be missing out. Group I like a lot. Eswatini are out on 1 point, they're eliminated. But you've got Mozambique on 8, Mali on 8, and Guinea-Bissau on 4. They've all got quality to make it. It will be 2 of Mozambique, Mali, or Guinea-Bissau, no doubt about it. But Mozambique, Mali, if that's a draw, and I think it could well be, and Guinea-Bissau to beat Eswatini, it will be 9 points, 9.7 points into the last match day, where Mali hosts Eswatini. So Mali qualify, they make it, and Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, again, it'll be one of those games where it's like a playoff, it'll be really fun to watch. The winner will make it. I say at this point, you expect Mali and Mozambique to make it. Again, Mozambique, one of Algeria's World Cup qualifying opponents coming up. Keep an eye on them. This is going to be a close group as well. Group J, Cameroon have qualified already on 10 points. Namibia on no points are out. Bit of a shock there, Namibia, who of course got to last 16 of the last AFCON, beat Tunisia in the group stage as well. Zimbabwe and Kenya are fighting for second position, and they're actually playing each other in match day 5. If Zimbabwe win, they will be qualified, and I think they will. But if Kenya got something, and Kenya played Namibia in the last game, who knows? Kenya have to win both to go. It'll be great to see Zimbabwe or Kenya back. I think we're going to be seeing Zimbabwe back in the competition. And then Group K and Group L are a lot more simpler. You've got Uganda on 10, South Africa on 8, Congo, Brazzaville on 4, South Sudan are out and eliminated on no points. A bit harsh. South Sudan definitely deserve to have points on the board. Now Uganda, South Africa is a big game on paper, but I think if they were to both draw, it kind of would put them both through, so it wouldn't surprise me if that happened. You expect Congo to beat South Sudan, but South Africa hosting South Sudan in the last game. South Africa are going to make it. Uganda probably need only 1 point. They could even lose both and still make it technically. I think Uganda will qualify alongside the South Africans, and South Africa coming third at the last AFCON. Bafana Bafana have to be there. They're really exciting. Got some nice players, Percy Tau, Lyle Taylor, McKenna. So I think Uganda will be back at the AFCON after missing out for the last couple of editions, and it'll be good to see South Africa. You've got to have an AFCON with South Africa, come on, it'd be boring without them. And then Group L, it's a bit of an L really, because Burkina Faso and Senegal have already qualified, and Burundi and Malawi won't be. Malawi, look at that, what a faller for them, no points. They were at the AFCON in 2021, they got to the last 16, not a single point here. Burundi also at the AFCON in 2019, not going to make it. Senegal and Burkina Faso kind of got the job done early and made it a little bit boring, so they both already qualified for the AFCON. What game are you looking forward to the most? By the end of November, if that Nigeria-Libya situation sorted out, we're going to have the 24 that have qualified. And then all roads will be leading to Morocco. There's plenty of exciting games, particularly if we get some of those playoff matchups in match day 6. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Who's going to be the biggest shock? I think we could see Botswana. I think Botswana could be there, and that'd be unbelievable. And Comoros maybe? Comoros and Botswana, and no Ghana. That's unbelievable. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you next time.